AAVE is a crypto liquidity protocol. Simply explained, this means it's a lending and borrowing application. People with assets can put them on the application to earn an interest, and other people can borrow those assets and pay an interest. There's currently around $10 billion worth of crypto assets on AAVE right now. In this video, I'll go over what all of this means, how it actually works, how it's replacing banks, and how to actually go ahead and use it to, lend out some crypto assets as well. All of the timestamps are down in the description below. Firstly, we have to understand what exactly is a liquidity protocol and a money market. AAVE relies on something called over-collateralization. This means that it will never let a borrower borrow more cash than the value of the assets that they have on account. This is to do with risk. Now, if you borrow more money than you actually have assets, how can a decentralized protocol manage that? For example, if you just don't pay stuff back and it doesn't have any of your assets and it doesn't know who you are. Well, that's impossible, and that's going to create a system where everyone loses money because everyone's going to borrow loads of money and not pay it back. So AAVE fixed this by using something called over-collateralization. What you can see here is that the max LTV, loan to value, is 82.5% for Ethereum. That means that if you have $10,000 of Ethereum, you can only borrow 82.5% of that value in other coins, $8,250. So this is called over-collateralization because it's a decentralized protocol. They need to know that they have more assets on your account than you're borrowing against. So if anything happens to the value of those assets going down in value, they can sell those assets and still have plenty to pay off your loans. On AAVE, they will show you the APYs for every single asset on there. So that is the yearly interest rate. So if you go to markets and then down to whichever market that you want to use, these are all the assets that are on Ethereum, and each of these will pay a different interest rate dependent on supply and demand. You can see the total supplied is around $17 million worth of Binance US dollar. So this is a stable coin. If you supply, you will be getting 0.47% as an interest rate. Really, really low, not very competitive, but there are way more assets on here. You can see the amount borrowed in the market is around 5.5 million. So people are borrowing $5.5 million worth of Binance US dollar and putting up some sort of other collateral asset, maybe Ethereum or some other asset they want to keep, but they want to borrow dollars against. This market is simply a open, free money market where supply and demand match up to attain some interest rate that the protocol will determine. You can come down to any single asset. We've got a US dollar tether right here, and you can see the available liquidity, 250 million, but the utilization rate is actually quite low. 55% of the collateral is being borrowed right now. This is typically very low. So what this tells me is that crypto's in a risk-off environment right now. Not many people want to borrow dollars to go and speculate on other projects. Therefore, because this utilization rate is low, the interest rate will probably be quite low because they don't need to incentivize people to put more money into the platform. If the utilization rate goes up to like 90 or 95%, then they will increase the interest rate to attract more people to deposit dollars and bring that interest rate down to a good supply and demand balance right there. I'll leave my specific lending tutorial for AAVE in the description so you can see what that looks like step by step if you need it. I'm James, this is Money ZG. Cheers for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.